I felt like I had no other option but to go to law enforcement.
1 week before police found Emily Long, her husband, and 2 of their children dead in their Madbury, New Hampshire home, her boss filed this police report detailing theft from his company.
We noticed that there was a lot of handwritten checks in her name personally that were being deposited into her bank account.
Emily was the director of operations for the Wing-Itz restaurant chain. And earlier this summer, owner Derek Fisher says he started noticing significant accounting inconsistencies.
What we came up with is it started in January 2023. And over a period of that time up until July this year, there was over $660,000 that were taken.
Fisher says he tried to get answers for weeks before turning to police, and he gave it time because he knew Emily's husband was battling a brain cancer diagnosis.
And giving her circumstances with her husband, I was trying to be considerate and patient.
On August 18th, Fisher woke up to the unthinkable. Emily, her husband, and 2 of her young children were found shot dead in their home, and Emily was suspected of pulling the trigger.
I was completely devastated and heartbroken. I cared deeply for her and her family. I was around all of her children as they grew up.
Emily's 3rd child, a toddler, was not hurt, and now her boss can only focus on that boy and not the financial loss his company has suffered.
Anything that's left should go to that child. He deserves all of it. It's not fair to him. He didn't make this happen. He didn't deserve this.
We kind of knew there would be more to the story than just her husband having cancer. So you've just seen that part about this Emily Long was embezzling lots of money. And I actually did mention that in one of my videos. She said she had a shopping addiction, but that's a whole different story. I'll leave the card up here so you can view it if you'd like, okay?
Dogs, and they are following me. And now he's going to drink water. Stand by. Sorry about that. This might be a new one. I haven't done an email video in a while. I've basically been crying, I think, since like 1 p.m. today. I don't know why. I literally have no idea why. At 1 p.m. on the dot, I got like this wave of like total and complete grief, and I have not been able to shake it. I don't know what it was. And like, both of my kids, the older kids, had activities today, and it just was like, we're skipping. Like, there was plenty of people that could have brought both of them. I just like couldn't handle thinking about coordinating it. Like, I just didn't even want them to be away from me. I just like wanted everyone to be home. And like my husband was gone tonight. Like, he does golf league on Thursday. Like, that is like his one thing that I'm like, thank God he's still doing. So I just wanted everyone home. And I don't know if that helps or if it hurts, but like, ugh. So I'm probably gonna cry in this video, so just be patient and stay with me. So someone in my comments was talking about, actually a couple people was talking about this thing called like anticipatory grief. Anticipatory grief is like what it's called. And I feel like that's where I'm at today, is like I'm anticipating.
Yeah, she was grieving a lot more than her husband going. I wonder, there's probably a lot more even to this than we don't know yet,
This grief. And I know a couple of things that triggered it. And I just want to talk about it because I think that like this is also really important, and I'm trying to be really transparent. Like, while this didn't originally start as like a channel for other people or a outlet for other people, it has become that, and I'm very thankful for that, and I'm happy that my story is reaching people in a broad range and whatever. But I also think it's important to like not just put like my stories of me being strong and like whatever. These are just as important to show that like I'm not always like put together and like telling stories. Like, a lot of the time this is what it's like for me. So I think there was a couple of things that like put me into this headspace that I'm in. One is nights like tonight where he's not home, even though he's still here. He's golfing or he's out with friends or like he's doing things for himself, like, and I'm doing all 3 bedtimes. I think that's really hard for me because I just know that this is the reality of one day that I will be doing the bedtimes alone forever. So I think that is a hard reality to like be shown, and it's just like a reminder of like what the future holds. So that was number one.
Liar.
Number 2 is like the parenting piece of it. Hold on. So I'll go into a different video about how amazing my husband is, because I feel like I've not talked about how wonderful he is, like how phenomenal he is as a partner and just all the great things about him. I've only talked about the cancer, which, whatever. But our middle child, our daughter, is like really struggling academically in school right now, and we're like in the process of handling it. But my husband...
I wonder if the husband knew about the money she stole. What do you guys think? She keep that big of a secret? I mean, I wouldn't doubt it, because I think that, you know, she thought that was the only way out, is to get rid of him.
He's a mental health professional, and he does this kind of stuff all day long. So like this stuff, our oldest son has ADHD, like he handles all of that. Like he is like the level-headed person who knows the proper things to ask for, the right way to go about things, like what the steps should be to handle all the things we need. And she's really struggling right now, and I think it's just like a reminder of like, one day I'm gonna have to handle all of that, and I won't have him to bounce our big trigger for us. And it's just like the anticipatory grief, knowing that right now it's fine, but that one day I'll have to make all those decisions on my own.
That one day she'd be wearing stripes, she'd be in the county jails, what she was thinking of.
It's hard. And I think the third thing was, yesterday we were running around being crazy and getting everything organized, and we were like grateful to be in treatment. And then we slept. I slept like shit, but we slept. And then he had his second treatment today. And I think like the adrenaline wore off of what yesterday was, and it like hit me that like we're in treatment now. Like my husband has brain cancer. We're battling brain cancer. We're not just like a post-op patient. We are actively trying to keep my husband from dying. And like, that's crazy. It's just crazy to wrap your head around. And so I think coming off of that just was too much. And I think I was working today. Today was great. And then the afternoon, like lull hit, and I just was like, fuck, this sucks. And I spiraled. And I know that it's normal. I'm not looking for people to tell me that it's okay. I know that it's okay. I promise. I just want people to understand that like, there's good days, there's bad days, and then there's really bad days. Like today was just a really bad day for me, and there was no reason for it. I didn't plan for it. I couldn't anticipate it. It just was, and that's okay. So, as I always say, I'm really thankful for this wonderful community that I'm building.
It's really interesting watching this now, since we found out the news about the embezzlement, isn't it? Just kind of clarifies that, yeah, she did these journals on purpose.
And the people that I'm in contact with that are going through the same thing, in the comments, giving suggestions and telling their stories. Like, I know some people probably think it's offensive where someone says, I lost my parent or my spouse or my sibling or whatever. It's not offensive for me. Like, I think that it's so important for people to be able to talk about it. I cannot think of a day after my husband passes where I won't want to talk about him. So I love hearing everyone's stories. I want to hear more about like what were their favorite memories of the person they lost to something like glioblastoma or anything. I just want to remember all the good times. And today was just a hard day. We're going to have them. But tomorrow's a new day. It's Friday, the weekend. So we're going to get through it. I'm going to get through it. I have to, because I'm a mom and I have no choice. But today was a really hard day for me. Tonight it's about never a dull day in the Long house. So tonight I was home alone with my tail ends, so my oldest and my youngest, and my husband was at soccer practice with my daughter, and we were just like playing outside, regular day, and my oldest decided to race with my dog to our back door. And love my son, love of my life, clumsy. So right as he's about to get to the like step up to our porch,
there it goes again. I love my son. I love my daughter. Oh my gosh, I don't think he did.
He tripped over his own feet. He said it's a rock. Doesn't really matter. Watched him airplane onto our back patio, right onto his ribs, and then smash his forehead. And the blood-curdling scream that came out of his mouth haunt my nightmares forever. But so he had like the wind fully knocked out of him. He's screaming. I get him inside. I'm like, oh my God. I'm trying to look at his ribs. I would have bet my life that he had a concussion and broken ribs, the way that he fell, how hard he fell, and how hard he was screaming. So packed the kids up, took him to urgent care, called my husband. I was like, you have to leave soccer immediately, meet me there. And luckily he was able to take my youngest and I could take him right in. Luckily, no broken ribs, no concussion. It was great. It worked out perfect. Just some bruised ribs and a nightmare that I will never get over. But it triggered a different nightmare of mine, which is we've had lots of illnesses, accidents, things like that, unfortunately, because my oldest is a maniac. But like I'm always able to take, or he's able to take one of the kids and the other person stays with the other two. And as I'm like driving there, I'm like, I'm gonna schlep 3 kids to the ER or urgent care or the doctor's office or whatever forever. Like there's not gonna be anyone to like divvy that up to. And to my friends and family watching this, I know you guys are only a phone call away. I love you guys. But in an emergency, it is like everyone gets in the car and we go. And that's what today was. And it's just like one of those realizations. Like I just have them at these random moments. They never get easier. It's always something random. I could list for hours the little moments that I'm having lately that like it's a punch to the gut. And I don't think I'll ever get over that. Even, God forbid, when my husband passes, like I just don't think I'll ever get over that. Even just like little things that are planned too. Like tomorrow, I know that all the ACs have to go in the windows because it's going to be 90 degrees. And I'm like, okay, one day I'm going to have to do that on my own. And I don't know how to do anything. So this year, tomorrow, we're going to do it. And I'm going to like watch him like a hawk and like take all the notes and like listen to everything he says. Where like normally when he's like teaching me how to do things, I'm like, ugh, like I don't care, you're going to do it. So don't have to show me. And now I'm like, damn, I should have listened. Or we go to our friends' houses and he's too tired and so I go by myself. Or like I was walking out of my son's room today and I noticed that like the case for his like thermometer wasn't, we just painted his room recently and like that wasn't put back on. And I'm like, oh, I don't even like know where that is. And I'm like, I have no clue where that is. Like, I don't know where he put all that stuff. So like that will just live like that forever. Just like these little things that anticipatory grief. But I'm in a good spot today, so no tears, but just like always that realization of like one day I'm gonna have to figure all this out without my partner, who is like everything for me. Like my better half keeps me grounded. Like I feel like sometimes when I say like the anticipatory grief, I feel like it's woe is me, and it is woe is me, but it's also like woe is me like my partner, and like I'll just miss him so much and like all the things he does. So every day, even like the good days, are still a reminder of like this time is coming and like I have to like figure my shit out. Anyways, I hope everyone has a great night. We had a good day, minus the ER visit. Besides that, everything was great.
All I keep thinking about now, watching this, is the money she took. She is a bad person altogether. The thief, killer.
It's not that abnormal for us, unfortunately, but you know. So anyone that's going through this, again, my ending message is always, I'm so sorry for anyone that has to go through this too. I'm here for you. My comments are here for you. And I hope that you can find some comfort in knowing that like other people are also going through this, because that has been one of the greatest comforts for me. In this episode tonight, hello friends. I feel like it's been a hot minute since I've come on. I've just been like in a weird headspace. And we've also been really busy, but mostly a weird headspace. I felt like
this is headspace unwell.
Really good after the Op2 meeting. I felt like we were on a path. I felt like we were like getting our hands wrapped around treatment, like the timing and the meds and things like that. And then like I realized we were only in it for like a week and a half, and it felt like we were in it for months. So I'm like, we're in it, we're getting through it, like he's doing amazing. It had been 1 week. And I also felt like we were being so practical, is what people keep telling me. You guys are being so practical, you guys are so level-headed, you guys are so realistic. And like, while that might be them giving me a compliment and I'm thankful for that, it also just like sometimes feels like a punch to the gut. Like, it's like basically someone saying like, you've accepted your fate and you're handling it amazing. And I think there's a couple of things that have put me in a rut for the last few days, which is why I have gone radio silent. One is like seeing my husband start to feel the effects of the radiation, like lots of headaches, very irritable.
Radio silent was a term used a long time ago. I think if they went silent, they got in big trouble for even a little bit of no noise. I don't think anybody listens to the radio anymore, do they? Not really. It's kind of sad.
Very tired. And like, that's tough. Because I just always imagined us as being like, I guess him as being the person that like doesn't get the side effects. He's just like better than that, right? Like, we're not gonna get that. Like, we're gonna get through the whole 6 weeks and like it's gonna be like nothing changed. But like, things are changing, and like that is hard for me. And then like personally, I'm seeing people like not want to bother me or like bother us or like whatever. And I'm seeing like, I feel like I'm watching our family like slowly slip away from our social circle because people don't want to like bother us. And so while they're there to help and like they want to assist us when we need it, I also like miss that like day-to-day interaction with them, where I feel like people are like not excluding but like not including us in like regular day-to-day chats or like updates about people's lives. And like, I don't know, I just like think that it's just going to be that way because people consider like me not texting them back as if like they've bothered me, and like I don't want to hear it, where like I read everything, and like there's days where I like have the mental capacity to text back, and when I don't, I just don't. And like, while that might seem rude and like that's totally valid, like to me, I still feel like joy in like seeing other people's days and like hearing about their days and like seeing pictures and whatever. And I feel like that's like slowly going away too. But the other piece that has like really put me in a rut, and I promised myself that I wouldn't cry in this video, so I'm not gonna cry, was I went to Portland, Maine to see like two of my best friends from forever, like one of them from middle school and one of them from college. Hold on, because I am gonna cry. So it was to see my best friend from middle school who had just had a baby, and it was like supposed to be really special to like meet her baby, like see her. I don't get to see her very often because she lives in Colorado. And I brought the little kids, and it was like so good to be with my friends, like so comforting. But like, my husband stayed back with my oldest because they had plans, and it was like so hard to be away from him because I just know that like it's gonna be forever one day. And I had so much anxiety being away from him. And, you know, he was like texting me and like about how he was having a hard weekend because he was doing stuff one-on-one with our oldest. And he just said it made him really sad because he knew that like it's not going to be forever. And he's really been feeling emotional about getting treatment because he just is like reminded that it's cancer that is incurable. And the other thing that was really hard was hearing him say that he just in his gut doesn't feel like he's gonna be around very long. Like, he just doesn't feel like he's gonna be the 5%. Like, you know, he was saying, I want to be, and I'm hoping that I will be, but he just feels in his gut that he's not gonna be, and that is hard to hear. Everything is tough. Like, the weekend I thought was going to be fantastic, and it was. Like, to my friends, I don't even think my friends who I was with this weekend have TikTok, but if you guys see this, I loved being with you. I loved spending time with you, but it was just like this looming dark cloud of like, usually my husband would come, and I don't think my friend from Colorado will ever get to see him again. You know, like those kinds of things where like when he misses things, are those people not going to ever get the chance to see him? And are we missing out on those memories? And like being alone with the 2 kids, and it wasn't even all 3, and traveling was like so hard. And like, I'm going to have to figure that out. But it just was eye-opening to see like how reliant I am on the comfort of my husband right now. Like, I could not wait to get home to him. I like just needed to get eyes on him, and then to come home and to see that he like really is feeling the fatigue, the irritability, and all those things I was mentioning before. Like, the radiation for sure is kicking in, and we're only on week 2. It just makes me scared for week 6, but there's nothing that we can do. We're here, we're figuring it out. But just like another time where it's like, God damn it, like, what is happening? How could this happen to us? But it is happening to us. But that's why I've been silent, because I just couldn't handle anything. So, happy Monday.
I don't know about you guys, but this whole time, tonight, all I could think of was she embezzled money as well, you know? So everything that she keeps on saying, like I always thought, is total shit. She's full of shit. And I bet there's more to come. What do you think? I do, I really do. Bye. See you tomorrow.